Welcome back. I am Robin. This is my small crochet business, and this week I'm going to be making some plushies. Not a whip week. This is a market prep week, and I'm working on my Halloween costumes. I'm actually going to be the derpy tiger from K-pop Demon Hunters, if you're familiar. It's this blue tiger. He's super silly, and my little sister Fiona is going to be one of the main pop stars, or the superstar of the movie, Rumi, who's going to be coming to my Halloween market with me, share with you the progress that I've made on the pattern so far. But this week we're doing market patterns. I can't wait. Derpy Tiger Cowl and Hood. The pattern is by Creatrix in the Matrix. This is what it looks like. It's like a cowl hoodie. So this part, I'm going to put it on, okay? I actually haven't tried it on like with the cowl on here. This is the chest part, the front piece. I have to weave in some of the ends over here. These two straps that will connect so that it stays on. Did I just look ridiculous? Let me move my hair. I actually haven't even tried it on. Isn't that crazy? But yeah, this is the front piece, and the neck part is 12 rounds tall, and then you fold it over, which is really cool. So I like that. It's like a little warming, but also like a loose turtleneck situation. And the back looks like this, and it's got these two straps to help strap it around the bodice so that it doesn't like fall off or flap up. Weave in the ends, and I need to do the actual hood part, which is the only other part. But right now I'm like, this is half of a skein of Bernat Softy, which is awesome. It's super soft, easy to work with. I was assuming when I felt this yarn for the first time that it would be like starchy from just my opinion from what I had experienced with yarn before. And I was pleasantly surprised because it's such a soft yarn. It's my Halloween costume, and the two events that I'm doing this next month in October are both Halloween events. So I wanted to make sure my Halloween costume is nice and set and I don't have to worry about it. And I am also going to be doing some Halloween patterns for the Halloween market, just a couple. So this next week, we're going to be diving into those, and I hope to share some really fun makes with you here. Hi friends! Part 2 of this week's check-in, September 26th. It's a Friday. I just got off from work. I was like, I need a market prep. I want to make Pokemon. I want to make little Pokemon. So I bought some patterns. I bought more patterns, but at least I pretty much finished a couple of these pieces. So let me just share with you what patterns I bought. It's almost like 40 patterns total, but they were in bundles by Handmade Studio. Of course, I go to show you these things and my Wi-Fi stops working. Why does that always happen? Got the water Pokemon. I guess these aren't the water Pokemon. I just saw Lapras in the front and I was like, heck yeah, I want Lapras and Ottawa. These ones, so Snorlax, Squirtle, Bulbasaur, Charmander, oh my gosh, they're going so fast, Mew, and the ball. Let's just say I'm really excited. These are the evolutions. Leafeon is my favorite evolution, by the way. This week I started crocheting them. It's great that they're on sale right now. I bought them when they were not on sale, so I spent like $60, but I feel like it was completely worth it. I definitely don't regret it, and I'm supporting, someone else in the community, so it was worth it for the patterns and all the information and all the work that was clearly put into these patterns to make them no-sew, low-sew, as nice as they look. I actually really enjoy the look of these plushies, and you can make them in a smaller yarn or a bigger yarn and get your own in that sense. Whips first. On my lunch break today, I did this one, which is going to be Jolteon. I am doing hand embroidery on all of these so that it could be for like little kids, even if they wanted the ears for a Pikachu. I want to make a Pikachu with brown also instead of the black, so I want to make one black and yellow, and I want to make one brown and yellow. I feel like brown and yellow look really good together. And then I started making this Espeon, so I just need to do the eyes and her little head gem, and then she'll be done, and I need to stuff her. So that's my whip bag for like my lunch break yesterday and today. This is Evie. I need to add her furry neck piece, so that will still be, she's technically still a whip too. Leafeon. My favorite. Oh my gosh. And I originally asked my brother Dominic which one I should start with, and he said Vaporeon, and this one's so cool too. So I did start with Vaporeon first. I think she looks really good. She had some sewing, obviously, extra pieces, but super worth it. And I think I should make another Vaporeon because she looks really cool. And this one's also a whip. This is Sylveon. She needs all her little ribbons and her 2 bows, and then she'll be done as well. One of my problems with finishing these was having the right color for Flareon. Flareon's like an orange color orange red, but not red. Red. Like the red that I have in Sweet Snuggles Light looks like, my Sweet Snuggles Light red looks like this, and on camera it's showing up way brighter, but in person, if you've ever seen this yarn, you know it's like a deep crimson, deep red, right? So this would not work for Flareon. In general, Sweet Snuggles Light has always lacked this like red color. If you were previously a Premier Yarns girly, you know. I think the color is Poppy. Premier Parfait Chunky yarn. Premier Parfait Chunky is a bit of a thinner weight yarn. It does not match up with Sweet Snuggles Light as far as thickness goes. And recently, I want to say about a month ago, Premier Yarns released plushie yarn called Premier Parfait Plush. And it is the same thickness as Sweet Snuggles Light. For instance, this is the color blue, and this is Sweet Snuggles Light in the color Bluebird. Bluebird has a little bit more of a shine to it, I think, but the thickness is the same on these yarns, and I've been holding off on opening this package that I've had for a while of the plush yarn because I wanted to open it with you guys when I was ready. And back when I received the yarn, when I ordered it, I wasn't ready to market prep, and I was in a different headspace. I was crocheting like wearables, I had like my little passion projects, and I was really putting a pause on my plushies. And now that I'm ready to use this yarn, and I'm really looking forward to the orange color that I bought, I wanted to crack it open and share the experience with you for the yarn haul, but technically I bought this yarn like a month ago, maybe more than a month ago. I'll just slowly start replacing my Sweet Snuggles Light with this, especially if I enjoy working with it. I haven't worked with it yet. Obviously, I just opened up the box. Fun fact, if you're looking for Premier Yarn, I did apply to become an affiliate with them, and I did get approved, so I do get points back, I guess, when you use my affiliate code. It doesn't charge you any extra money, and you end up paying no extra. It just gives me points as a referral, like friend, like referring a friend. So if you want to try this yarn, I will share my experience with it once I do start working with it, but feel free to use my affiliate code. I'm going to have it linked in all my future videos now that I'm an affiliate with Premier. I've previously used their Parfait Chunky and enjoyed it. I just don't typically work in that weight yarn much anymore. I'm really obsessed with Sweet Snuggles Light thickness, and now that there's plush yarn of that with them, I'm really excited to get working with this. This is just like the color Terracotta from Sweet Snuggles Light. They haven't yet like started to restock it, so I just have been giving up on the brown yarn with Sweet Snuggles Light, so I'm really excited to try this one out. This is the color Rust. This is the color Summer Squash. This is the prettiest yellow. I'm going to use this yellow to make the Psyduck pattern from Made by Beck. I'm really excited to do this. Oh my gosh, this is the perfect yellow. The only other yellow I have right now is like a pastel-ish yellow in Sweet Snuggles Light with this thickness. So this is like a vibrant yellow. Oh my goodness, that is beautiful. I'm not going to be buying any more to stock the wall, and I have been using a lot of colors to make all the characters, so hopefully slowly I will start running through all my yarn. And this is like the perfect skin color. This is the color Shell. This is the main reason why I actually placed this order, because I wanted the colors like red, and I wanted a skin color that was more peachy and not so pale. This, for instance, is Seed Pearl. This is Seed Pearl that I use for all my doll plushies. This is always my skin tone color, but look how much more alive this peach looks, this color Shell. So this is going to look really nice as a skin tone color instead of Seed Pearl, which they might look a little more unalive, if you know what I mean, just more pale and lifeless. So I'm really excited to work with this color. So Seed Pearl is arguably my favorite color in Sweet Snuggles Light, but it's really nice to have a new skin tone option as someone who makes a lot of dolls. I got two in the color Toffee, which is giving me sand vibes, kind of like that sandy color. Looks like right next to the wall, so we can do a direct comparison. This is sand, and then this is Toffee. So Premier, Sweet Snuggles Light, Michaels. Cool comparison. Obviously, I wouldn't say they're interchangeable because there are differences in the shade and the tone, but I could definitely decide to choose this for new plushies going forward. This is the color Yellow, pretty similar to the Sweet Snuggles Light color Daffodil. That's the difference there. Pretty similar. And then my favorite color is this peach. It's the color Grapefruit, and this is the color Coral from Sweet Snuggles Light. Be pretty comparable, I'd say. And I didn't get all the colors. I just got ones that I wanted to try or compare, or ones that I wanted to work with. But I have no space for yarn right now. I know I've made my storage issue very clear to you guys in the last couple videos. I got two in the color Light Pink, which reminds me of like the rose color. There's the rose color. Wow, that looks super shiny. I'm enjoying comparing these. The thickness that we've been looking for with the color we've been looking for. This is so exciting. But also, I guess I thought I ordered an orange or like a bright orange, and I did not. So all good, I guess. It gives me another reason for at least for my next order, not for now. Color Cotton Candy, which is the light pink. It's not as rosy, it's more of a pastel pink. I will say the texture on this one feels like not as soft as the other ones. Like this one feels kind of starchy, but that's okay. We'll see how it works up. Hopefully it's not starchy. And then I ordered 2 in the like bright white color. I have tons of cream, as you can see, lots of cream here and seed pearl, but I've really struggled to find white in stock of Sweet Snuggles Light. So I bought 2 of these because this is a really important color for details and for characters. So it was such a nice yarn haul. It was really nice to open that up finally and see everything. And when you've gone that long, I like kind of forgot what I ordered, which was cool. And the other 2 things I finished were Mariana the Mermaid. This is a pattern by Cable and Canvas. I finally gave the girls their hairs. This is Ariel. She is done, Miss Ariel. She's a little floppy. Let's pretend like she's not a floppy one, okay? And this is the blonde and pink one. I want to make a like more tan one and one with black hair and maybe a couple different like variations. I want to make one with white hair. I think that would be really cool. So yeah, look at her little bow. It's the little things, you know what I mean? So I really enjoy making these mermaids. Hey, it's Sunday, September 28th, and I'm here to do a check-in. I have completed so much stuff yesterday, so I'm excited to share with you all the stuff I finished making. Hallelujah, I finally had a productive day. Number 1, completely finished, is Cato the Dragon by Lemon Cat Crochet. That's the pattern. Did finish the wings and the horns were the only things I had left from the last couple weeks to finish, and I finished them, so now she's officially done, and I'm really excited about that. Number 2 is the Nooks Hooks bunny. She's like a love bunny, so I made her all pink, little pink accents. The eyes are pink. I tried giving her eyelashes because I thought that might help like her face, but I don't know if it helped. Or if it just like makes her look a little bit worried. I don't want to make her look worried, but I could cut the eyelashes off if I need to. I was going to give her little bows. I thought that would make her look cute. Originally, I didn't have this like shirt on her. It was just a skirt, but then it felt like she was naked, so I needed to give her a shirt, and I gave her the shirt, and I feel like the shirt's a little too puffy, so I'm really conflicted with like how she came out, to be honest. I thought she was going to come out so cute, and then I feel like, I don't know if maybe my decision to just give her the skirt like threw it off, because it could have been a cute dress, like all one piece. With the removable shirt, or the shirt should have been like crocheted onto her body. So I am kind of like conflicted with how I feel about her, but nevertheless, I finished a whip, so I'm happy about it. The pattern is by Nooks Hooks, if I didn't already say that. It's the her bunny pattern. I just winged it with the shirt and the skirt. But I know she has tons of mods for like t-shirt, teddy bear, panda, bunny, elephant. She's got so many mods for her specific bunny pattern, fruit mods, like super cute stuff. So I highly recommend Nooks Hooks patterns. I think they're adorable, and I've made a handful of them in my time crocheting, and I've always enjoyed making them. So that whip has been sitting in my whip bucket for the longest time, and I finally finished. I'm gonna consider these done for now, but they do need flowers. This is my Hula Girl pattern that I just finished writing up. This is probably my favorite one, is the one with the dark hair and the tan skin. I love her. She's my favorite for sure. And the little anklets. So I did make a pale one. This was my first attempt at it. So I finally finished all of them, sewed the hair down. I gave them the little crown, and I just need to put flowers on the crown. So they're super close to being done. Isn't she just adorable? Next is a pattern test. So from start to finish, I did these yesterday. 0 took me 15 minutes. The pattern is by Naughty Hookers. It is coming out, I believe, in 3 days. It's 0. I totally could not pass up this pattern test. I saw it and I was like, I need to make this little 0, because 0 is like my favorite character from Nightmare Before Christmas. If you're looking for her handle, this is what it looks like. Naughty_hookers_. I'll have her linked below. Along with all the other patterns that I'm mentioning in this video, I'm always going to have them linked directly under the video that I'm talking about them in. So I'm going to have all these patterns linked down below once they release. Drum roll, please. Oogie Boogie. I love how he came out. I had to do his smile like 3 times. It is not easy making like a crooked smile and then putting stitches on it. Like at first it just looked like I put a bunch of X's on his face. So I had to redo his face a couple times. And look at the stitching all around his body. So 0 took me 15 minutes, super quick. And then Oogie Boogie took me like 40 minutes. I believe he took me 40 minutes though, because my yarn was starchy, like this sand color that I used. All the yarn I'm using, by the way, is Sweet Snuggles Light. So This is the white color, this is the orange, this is the sand color. For reference, this is the cream, hot pink, this is bear pink. That's like all the yarn I have next to me. It's the yarn that I have the most available, that I use most frequently. Same thing with Cato, that is in daffodil, and Omphalodes is the blue color, and all of my ladies here, she's also made in sand. This is agave and the lavender color, so as you can tell, this is all like the same kind of yarn. And I ran out of this skein, which is like a soft skein of brown sand, and I had to use this one, and it's like starchy, so when I was crocheting with it, it was squeaking the whole time. It hurt my hands. I ended up with like a blister on my fingers, and he overall just took me longer, but I don't think it was the pattern at all. I definitely think it was my yarn, but these are so tiny, so cute, perfect for Halloween. I'm excited to make a ton more zeros, and I'm definitely gonna have one more Oogie Boogie in green. I want to at least make one more, see if it's a little quicker for me. Like, look at his little face. I love it. The directions are super easy. I've never done one of her patterns before, so it was really a big pleasure to test for her for the first time. And for it to be so tiny, like, look how tiny they are. I love them. All right, next, you have seen her. This is my original Rumi, Rumi number 1. And I wanted to make a Rumi number 2. So this was my Rumi number 2, and I used that new color from Premier Yarns. This is the Plush Premier Yarns, and it is in that bright, like, summer squash color. And I really love the tone, but I didn't have the proper acrylic yarn color, so I did have to use this, like, really light yellow color, but I think they go well together. This is my Rumi number 2. When I made the pattern again with her longer hair, and I was doing like videos and photos for the pattern, so I did have to make her again. And honestly, because she's such a popular character, I might make at least another one or two for my market. My sister is going to be her for Halloween, so I do think maybe having an extra one or two more than just these would be great. So I did make another one. I know I shared a little bit of this with you guys a couple days ago when I filmed, but I finished Jolteon. This is that mini Pokemon pattern that I bought a bunch of by Made by Beck. So this is Jolteon, and the little tail I thought was so cute, little tail. Finished Espeon, embroidering the red, and I feel like her tail looks really good. I think if you know Pokemon, you'll be able to tell who they are. And I can't wait to make the other Pokemon. She's got like other starter Pokemon that I cannot wait to make. Pretty sure I already showed her to you, but Leafeon is my favorite. Look, oh my goodness. Personal favorite. And other personal favorite is Vaporeon. She had a lot of details, so she definitely took more work, but I think it was totally worth it because look how cute she looks. So these are the 4 that I have done, and I'm still working on Pikachu, so that's still a whip, but these are the ones I actually finished. These are the whips for the week, everything I completed. Oh, and I just want to say, Naughty Hookers, the pattern test I'm doing for Oogie Boogie and Zero. She also has a miniature Sally and Jack. I did not want to test her Jack and Sally because I want to make the Jack and Sally in my like body size, which is like a middle size. She does have a mini version of Jack and Sally, so if you're looking for something like that, that's also going to be releasing in a couple days with Zero and Oogie Boogie. But I'm going to be making my mini version of characters, which is like my body style of Jack and Sally for this market. I can't wait to have them next to Oogie Boogie and her Zero because they're so cute. I also need to make my free pattern for you guys because we hit 6K on Instagram, so I definitely need to be designing that. I thought I would have time this weekend, but I finished so many whips. I focused all my attention on that in like family time that I really didn't get to pattern writing, and when I did sit down to write the pattern for K-Pop Demon Hunter's like free pattern, I was thinking I had a really hard time thinking about the body shape that I wanted, and I like to sketch out body shape before I even start crocheting it, or at least have a vision in my mind, so I did get stumped, and that is on pause right now, but I definitely will be writing a free pattern that will be releasing to you very soon. And the last thing that I am working on top of me making that Hula Dancers pattern, which is like my most recent pattern that I've written, today I felt so inspired to make a mermaid. I've been watching Once Upon a Time, and my little sister Fiona started watching it with me, and there's like all these fairy tales and mythological creatures and characters and different stories put in the same thing, and I started thinking about sirens, and I couldn't really get my mind off of mermaids and sirens, and I looked up some inspiration pictures of like original sirens. So I wanted to write a pattern for like a mermaid that could be marketed as a mermaid for like markets, but I want to create sirens. So I did start making her in normal colors. I really like the tail shape that we got going on here. I made the tail like 10 times, and I really got a lot of feedback from my sister about how to fix it. So I'm glad that I had her her input, and I want to just make it very known that she gave me her advice and I took it. So far, it's completely no-sew. Obviously, her arms, I'm going to have to sew them on here, but I'm planning on that also being a low-sew component, and I will eventually make her in Siren colors. This is just like the mermaid color version, and then I want to make her with like blue skin, purple skin. Super excited. I'm super, super excited. And I'm going to give her different like little tail frillies, pretty hairstyle. She's going to be cool. I'm excited. I wanted to make this for my Halloween market. I made a whole list of stuff that I want to make or just find patterns for. So let me just share with you my to-do list for this market. This is stuff you can expect to see me creating in the next couple weeks leading up to the market. I wrote Siren, Jack, Sally, Clown, Corpse Bride, Zombie, Bats, Ghosts, Butterfly. The butterfly was random. I just really want to make a butterfly. K-pop demon hunters, Harry Potter, Soot Sprites, Totoro, Ponyo, No Face, Calcifer, bunnies, because that's like my whole branding thing. I want to make more bunnies and have bunnies for sale. I want to make a vampire, Elphaba, and a Galinda. Don't know how much of that we will end up with because I'm going to have to modify my own patterns a lot to make a couple of these characters. But beyond the characters, I think I can find patterns or free patterns for almost all of these things, and I'm really excited. So I can't wait to share the process with you, and I really just hope you're having a great week. I hope you're inspired. I hope you're making things you love, and I hope you're having a good time if you're doing markets. I hope you're selling well, and I hope this video has given you a chance to crochet your butt off, or if you're not crocheting, doing whatever your art form is. And I truly just wanted to spread love back to all of you because you have truly given me a light back when I needed it, and I wanted to give you a light back if you need that. I would love to hear what you're making. If you want to comment down below what you're crocheting or making this week, I would love to chit chat with you. And I will share with you what I'm making next week. Have a beautiful rest of your week, and I'll see you next time. Bye!